Hello YouTube, the Pokemon Pocket Rank season is almost over. I wanted to talk a few things. First, if you guys were unfamiliar, the first TCG Pocket Open Tournament at Worlds was happened. The runner-up was running these two decks, and basically the thought of this video is these are the best decks that you should be using or considering for these final days of Climb, whether you're pushing for Master Ball, already made Master Ball and just want to hit 1675, or trying to go for one of those top ranked spots. I've gathered a bunch of high ranking decks and want to talk about each and every one of them for you guys. There's no camera today. We're at the Moxie Corp WeWork space right now. Eugen's working, Moxie Boosted is working, and I am now recording. So let's get to this. Like I said, the first Pocket Open, there was over 170 players, and it was a double deck format. Two decks, both decks have to win. It was really cool. I have a lot of thoughts. This might get its own video eventually. I think they might even heard that finals was recorded, so I will talk about that. But it's super cool. Here we see Darkrai Giratina. This is kind of the standard list. Honestly, you can just take this list on ranked. You know, you have Red Card, Silver, Mars. A lot of decks around this is going to have a lot of disruption. So this is kind of basically the standard Darkrai Giratina list at this point. A deck that I want to talk about because I'm going to show another high ranked deck later is Arceus is crazy. Arceus Pichu is so strong, and this deck kind of utilizes the elemental switch synergy and gets that sweet spot. I think it has 7 basics so that you can proc your Arceus pretty easily, elemental switches for your Zeraoras. This deck is really strong, and of course Ilima for bad starts. That said, you know, Arceus is a really high 2 prize card, so Ilima's the only way to actually ditch it when the going gets tough. So really cool construction. The winner actually used Buzzwole plus Charizard. I think that was the best combo for double deck. I'll talk about double deck a little bit later, but the deck I want to talk about is one of our Discord players, Jan. They've been streaming as well. I'll put their Discord link Twitch stream below, but they're currently in the top 100. They're a lot higher than this. They've been going on multiple streaks with what we call baby Silvally Arceus. I told you guys about that Arceus, right? This is pretty much that same concept. You're going to play the baby to set up the Silvally or the Arceus. Both are super potent. Type Silvally can attack for 100 as early as the first attach going first, and Arceus can attack as early as turn 2 going second. So lots of really cool things going for this deck. Really cool cook, and the only reason they're using Magby is because apparently some YouTubers, I'm not going to name any names, was telling people to open up Ho-Oh, so they do not have a extra Pichu. But if you were to run this deck, you should run double Pichu. Again, they also have tips. All of these tips and all of this community is multiple top 100 players are in my Discord. You can join that also in the link below. So like really cool thoughts on the Darktina matchup, and like I said, you guys have been killing it in my absence, so it's really cool to see. Another person in my Discord who's also another top 100 player is Ketu. They've also been streaming recently, so once again I'm going to repeat myself. I'm going to sound like a broken record. Link below. This one is just a kind of standard Buzzwole deck. The important things to note is that Ketu is opting to run Sabrina and Cyrus as and another Cortana Pheromosa. The meta is kind of in a triangle. The triangle is Espeon beats Buzzwole, Buzzwole beats Darkrai, and Darkrai beats Espeon. So like it's very like makes sense that you guys see this type of deck be really strong. It's one of their go-to decks. We have a few people who have go-to decks that are Espeon, and I think I've already just mentioned that this is an Espeon deck from another high-ranking Japanese player. This is what I would recommend. This is probably what I'm going to use when I go back to streaming. I'll probably be streaming tomorrow if the internet provided works. But this is really cool. This deck running both Espeon and Sylveon. If you don't know, Espeon for 1 energy deals 20 for every energy attached. Just a great option. The deck's biggest issue is when you go first, you don't really have an oomph attack, and Espeon's able to do that. Espeon's also really good into Darktina, and Sylveon is also just an amazing Oricorio killer, so this deck has a lot of various things going for it, and it's again surprising, right? Like no one, everyone was sleeping on Espeon. I was sleeping on Espeon. Your mom's was probably sleeping on Espeon. You look at Espeon, Umbreon together, you were also probably sleeping on Espeon. Espeon is one of the breakouts, and it's really cool to see. And I just pulled my second Espeon, so again, very excited to stream this particular version. Other things that are happening in the top 5 ranked is this Magby Flareon list that's been really cool. This player is in the rank top 5. This other player is also, they're both in top 5. But they're using this Magby Flareon Sylveon list, and it's really cool. Basically, the idea is that you can 1-1-2 with the Flareon. That's a lot of Flareons, that's 3 Flareons, and that's because of Magby being able to set up every time a Flareon attacks, the energy detaches, you can attach it to a Flareon. Basically, you are Flareon maxing. This deck runs double EV bag, which I think is really cool. I think that the issue I had in earlier builds is the lack of healing. This deck has no shortage of healing. Red and Guzma are both the reach cards, where Sabrina is also just a great defensive and offensive option. Again, like I said, really cool deck to see do as well as it's been doing. In the final deck I kind of want to talk about that is also doing well, someone in the top 100 using a freaky deaky deck. It's Flareon Greninja. This one is just fire energy. It's one attacker, but you get to attack for a lot, right? You're dealing 130. If you're familiar with Giratina, this is basically a Giratina 130, except it can evolve from your EVs. EV finds a friend, makes it very easy to get the Sylveons on board, and you have so much reach, eventually able to do 170 damage. I probably wouldn't play this personally because it's kind of freaky, like there's no healing, you're just going in on Greninja pings, but I still think I should highlight this. It's a really cool way to play a unique deck, right? I think EV boxes are all strong. I would even recommend like the Flareon Leafeon of old. And again, if you're kind of wanting to break out of the, you know, Darkrai, Espeon, Buzzwole bubble, I do recommend Charizard decks. I did not put a Charizard deck. You can tell how prepared I was for making this. I was originally going to stream in here, but we are getting kicked out in like an hour, maybe 2 hours, an hour. So there was no streaming happening, but at least I can get this out for you. I'll just show you guys like a quick Charizard list. It's really not changed. The only thing I'll talk about is that you probably can add red to that list. Here's one that won a couple of days ago, and again, I said it without even looking at it. You add a red to that list. They've dropped hand rips just to like play. Very simple deck. This deck does boast positive matchups into all the top 3 decks. However, all the top 3 decks have cards that interact with it, whether it's Mars, Silver, Red card, and just being able to stall. And this deck is going to eventually lose to itself and also fold to every single Oricorio deck in this meta. So really a lot to think about when you're going to consider a deck like this. And that is honestly all for this little meta recap. I'm sorry if the quality is a little bit bad, but the yapping is always yapping. As I mentioned, I'll be trying to come back to streaming relatively soon. So looking forward to that. I'm going to play a subathon going into next month. I'll also look forward to that. And without further ado, let these cards talk. You guys let the cards talk. Tell me how your rank climb has been going. I miss making videos. I miss talking with you guys. And I want to know how it is. So see me in the comment section below. Other than that, this has been a yap session. These are multiple decks that you can use. Please try one of them out. Let me know how it goes. Bye, Gabagool, Jabacool.